trying to think. I'm trying to get us warmed up. Or both of us warmed up.
Dude, I'll tell you.
On the vibrating bed for a little while.
Yeah, for sure.
Before we really get going on the spaceship.
I'll tell you, I was going to brag to you, man. You should start surfing because I can teach you how to surf.
You say this. It's not the teaching. I know I can learn it. It's more of a weight balance distribution. It's more of a logistics problem on my end, I think.
No, I'm just telling you.
I would need the side of a house to get up a wave, just
I don't know if it matters.
Okay.
All I'm saying is I'm just bragging that I went surfing and when I said I went surfing the last couple times, I wasn't surfing. I was like trying.
You're just practicing. That counts. Does that not count?
It counts, but like
it's like saying you're not skateboarding if you don't grind a half pipe.
Yeah. I know. I felt like that though. I'd go out and I'd be like, okay, my neighbors would see me put my surfboard on my car.
Yeah.
And they'd look at me like, oh, hitting the waves, They're like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to take the board out for a while.
I'm just going to kind of float aimlessly by the shore.
But to them, they don't know. So they're like,
fuck them, dude.
They think I'm a surf boy. They're like impressed. They're like, oh, our neighbor surfs.
I'm going to Santa Cruz. I'm going to rip this fucking 50-footer. With my bros, we're gonna have a pig roast after,
dude. And I loved it. I loved that they thought of me as like a cool surf guy.
You did. And you're like, I'm definitely gotta hit it more than,
dude.
I gotta live up to this.
That's what I'm saying.
But neighborhood thinks I'm the white surfer guy now, and
dude, if they saw me surf, they'd be like, "What the fuck? You can't surf."
Yeah, why do you even buy the board?
Yeah, exactly. They would see me and they'd be like, "Oh, this guy's a fucking loser."
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is they didn't get their asses to the beach, so.
Well, I mean, all I'm saying,
we're on lockdown, fucking 3.5, version 3.5, dude.
Yeah, no people. I'm at the beach, dude. You can't stop me, dude. I'm unstoppable.
Dude, I can't tell you how many people have texted me about the lockdown here, and I'm just like, I don't know. It don't seem different. It seemed about the same.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I'm done. I don't want to talk about it.
No, I mean, like, it is like a legitimate thing, dude. I mean, the whole state is. It's like,
you know what? No, it's not. I'm going to say no.
It's not now. The question.
I'm going to say it's not news.
The whole question. It's not news.
Everyone's like, oh, it's lockdown. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I feel like everyone's like, it's locked down. It's spiking. No, you can't get a haircut. No, you can't. I'm like, dude, just everyone shut the fuck up, dude. We're just in this for a while. It doesn't matter.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Who cares?
It makes no difference, but it is like, it's like political posturing. Well, you also forget though that like most of the state, they have dine-in restaurants and shit like that.
Well, like I don't care. Go live there.
I don't get.
Dude, I'm out of control.
Give a fuck. You think I'm out there watching fucking HuffPost every day? Like, oh, the California lockdown. I can't go outside and get they have to go throw my Pizza Hut in a storm drain. I'm not allowed to contact. No, dude, I don't give a fuck. But what I'm saying is, everyone is texting me. People from Ohio, Indiana are texting me like,
well, you got people that love you. You got motherfuckers that want to know you.
But what I'm saying is like, dude, everyone's like, oh, hear about this lockdown. I'm like, is this shit like on the news every day? Is this on like national news every day about this California lockdown? It ain't changed. You can't do shit.
They're just checking up on you, dude.
We have this. You're missing the point, dude. I'm not mad at them for texting me about it. It's one of those things you get the text and you're like, I didn't know there was a fucking lockdown. I wasn't paying attention to that shit. I don't care. It's all the same. You can't eat in a restaurant and then you just go where the fuck you go.
Yeah.
Not what changed. That's what everyone's saying. It's like, what the fuck is the difference? The only thing that they did was they stopped outdoor patio dining because they're just going to kill the restaurant industry, apparently.
Yeah.
And say fuck them. So, I don't know.
It's going to be every place. I'm so excited for just every place to be a Cheesecake Factory.
Dude, I know.
Because it's going to be all empty. And it's going to be like different brands. There's going to be like an Italian joint that's actually a Cheesecake Factory.
Buca di Beppo, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I fucked up because I think Cheesecake Factory went under during COVID.
They filed for bankruptcy.
Excuse me.
I don't think they're done. I don't think they're out of the ring yet. They're in them for the fight of their lives.
I owned some Cheesecake Factory stock for a minute, but I sold that bitch, dude. Oh, so I got lucky.
Well, you're part of the problem then, man.
Oh, dude, I'm a capitalist piggy, dude. Yeah. I'm like one of the.
I love the idea of you at a Cheesecake Factory, just like pulling some guy like. Waiter, hey, come over here. And he's like,
as a minority stockholder,
this chicken Madeira is just dog shit.
I've never had a bad chicken Madeira. Cheesecake Factory in my life.
I had one and I almost fucking threw up because it's that disgusting. I had the Grove too, which should be a nice.
That's my Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah,
dude.
well, that's a fucking terrible establishment. I mean, that kitchen, dude. If you haven't
that's
had
no
the
way.
chicken
That's
Madeira,
no way.
If you haven't had the chicken Madeira at Cheesecake Factory, let me fill you in. It's 2 pieces of microwave chicken breast that were thawed out from a hungry man.
Hey man, you're bringing my stock down, dude.
Fuck, I will, dude. I'm
on the board, dude. You shut the fuck up.
I got chili stock, dude. I got my.
Oh, that's what you're doing. A pump and dump, man.
Yeah, dude. No, for sure. At this rate, wouldn't it be funny if I just kind of like revealed one day? I'm like, yeah, I'm actually a quarter, almost majority shareholder of Chili's.
You know what? That'd be crazy if we were like just 2 very wealthy guys that pretended to be losers.
Yeah,
we're just
succeeded. Yeah, that would be cool.
We actually have tons of money. We're just bored. We're like bored dilettantes that just like do nothing. And
no, because if we had money, then we could afford to make a Facebook page and pump it full of like fake fans, and then we could have like we'd be one of those pages, like podcasts you've never heard of, but to just who cares people,
right?
But
fake it till you make it.
Here's the difference, though. Our 151 fans have at least been earned. Okay, sometimes you come across these podcasts and it's just like Matt and Mark's like wild adventure, and you're like, and then it's like 300,000 fans on Facebook. You're like, what the fuck is this shit? And then you go on there and it's just.
It's guys like us, we're Matt and Mark.
No, I'm saying
just not the. I know you're saying.
If we had the money, we could pump you. We could pump. I gotta lower the volume, dude.
Okay.
We're ripping and dipping.
Oh
here,
yeah, I'm getting wild.
You're getting fired. You're fired up. Is there something happening?
I'm turning the energy up, dude. Yeah, dude. I'm lit up. I'm high energy. I got my Bon Vive. I don't know what that is. I did some push-ups today. I'm feeling good.
I went on a hike earlier before this. That was good.
Okay, yeah, we're sporty boys.
Well, it's that time of year. You got to think about your health during a time like this. So I have the Arizona.
You got ginseng and 300 grams of sugar, baby.
Yeah, no, it's only 48.
48?
So,
One the whole can?
I fuck with an Arizona, dude.
Dude,
Arizona's the official drink of Los Angeles, dude. No, it's not. But
that's wrong for two.
No, dude.
2 reasons I can think of.
No, yeah, it is pretty wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think there is an official drink, nor should there be. But a hell of a lot of motherfuckers around West Hollywood, Fairfax, Melrose be drinking Arizonas.
It's it's when a hipster alcoholic gets sober, he becomes Arizona's his new.
Is that it?
I think so.
That'd be fun. Should I go be a sober weirdo now?
Don't. I will not be your friend.
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm getting sober, if you think that's what's wrong with you, if you're like, dude, I'm getting sober, and then that's like your personality, be like, dude, I'm just gonna straight up tell you your face, I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
Dude. No, that would be so fucking awesome. Like, I'm getting sober, dude. And you're like, I'm like, hey, I'm going into a Catholic worker house. And you're like, dude, you have a job. I'm like, no, I just gotta be around positive environment.
Going to live in a sober living home. I'm like, you have an apartment. You pay rent there.
Yeah. I'm like,
what are you doing?
I gotta stay on the program, dude. I gotta make progress with some I can't deal with the temptations of my apartment, dude.
Dude, some people, they get so into their own journey that they do that sober living voice.
Yeah, well, there is no voice.
There's kind of a constant head nod, like, I'm getting my shit together, man. I started doing woodworking. I started making burnt art coasters. You know, that's a weird hobby.
I got a laser printer now, dude. I'm making anything. I'm just trying to stay off the track, man. You know, just trying to do my thing, stay clean, love God, beat the program, beat it, dude. Run 1-1, like
that's it.
This is a guy that you encounter. He's smoking a cigarette outside of a closed elementary school, and you're like, yeah, dude. He's like, I'm just working the program, just staying clean, man. You know,
got these. This is my only vice. I only got these. They always want you to know. They're like, I'm so into
the sticks. They let you have it. That's how it is, you know.
Or they talk about coffee a lot too. They're like, the coffee and the cigarette. That's all I got. That's all I give myself. I'm like, hey man, talk about a different thing for 10 minutes. Talk about the Chicago Bulls for 10 minutes, and I might hang out with you.
Can we talk about the NFC West? Just anything, please, dude. No, those guys have a lot to say when you encounter them. I know several of these guys, and they're good guys, but they're the same guys that you'll always be hanging out. And it'll come like if you encounter this guy, there'll be a situation. You'll be talking, everything's cool, and then out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, so I think this drywall gig, I think it's going to work out. The guy said he'd get me in on Monday, do a second follow-up interview. They got my paperwork, and I hope this is it. Like, they're always
Wait, is that a sober guy?
That's a sober guy, yeah.
He does drywall.
Sometimes, yeah, we'll do anything.
Okay, interesting.
This is fake sober guy who's ruined his own hipster rich life just for the image of being a sober.
Oh, like he used to work in media or something, and now he's like...
Yeah, he ran the Twitter account for Sherman Williams Payne or something
now
like that.
Now he's hype on a drywall gig?
Yeah, now
good for him. He's working with his hands. I bet he feels really
know what he's doing, though. He just he quit his main corporate gig.
Just to feel... Just to
have a better Instagram page.
You know what?
Respect
is
the
he
commitment.
Happy?
No, dude, he'll never be happy.
Oh, okay.
That's the tragic thing. Because then once the sober thing ggets old, then he goes and he's like, well, now I'm a NA. Then he goes to NA.
Yeah.
That's not. Man, I saw a fucked up thing. Allow me to get dark for a second. We'll keep.
I'm gonna be loud and annoying the whole way through.
Keep some levity. I was driving back from Silver Lake the other day, and it's bad over there, dude.
Yep. Yeah.
It is no bueno. Silver Lake, Echo Park, East Hollywood.
Yeah.
Dude, at night, the streets are theirs, dude. Like that, it is a full on no one
purge
parts of it. It's full on purge, dude. It's a full on Amsterdam out there, dude. Just what
Amsterdam? What does that expression mean?
That's a Wire reference. It's the idea of just a zone where people can there are no laws about drugs or anything like that. You just do whatever.
How do you know they're doing drugs?
Motherfucker, you don't be out there looking like wearing a goddamn carpet from Vietnam, out in the middle under an underpass with a grill. Dude, come on, man.
Silver Lake or MacArthur Park?
Here's what I'm saying. I was in Silver Lake.
Okay.
And I saw I'm seeing young homeless people.
Young homeless?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I saw a guy who looked like a hipster. I saw a guy who looked like a hipster that I would have made fun of in a normal world. And he was homeless. And I'm like, oh, dude. He was just running. He was just running in the middle of Santa Monica Boulevard with a giant rug or blanket type thing covering his head, but still had the skinny hipster pants and nice kind of buckled shoes.
Did he seem to be enjoying himself?
No, dude. He seemed to be running in the middle of Santa Monica Boulevard at 9:30 p.m.
9:30 p.m.?
Hey, you ever run? Hey, has there ever been a time where you're just driving around doing your errands? You're like, I'm gonna go run around in the middle of Santa Monica Boulevard real quick.
No, but I ain't a wild boy. I ain't out. What I'm saying is people are
wild. I'm just
this
saying
guy might have been having a fucking good time, dude. He might have been on some. People don't.
You just gotta trust me.
Here's the thing, dude. When you catch somebody that's on crystal meth, wilding out, you can't look at that as sad. You gotta say, hey, for this moment, right now, at this point in time, that dude is having a good ass time.
He's vibing.
Yeah, take that vibe, dude.
Yeah,
feed off his energy. Don't worry about where he's gonna be later. Just feed off that motherfucker's energy and look at him and say, hey, you know what? Right now, he's having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be sleeping in an Econo line that was unlocked later.
You can't be doing that though.
But I think you twisted this all up because I saw the guy and I felt bad. I was like, oh man, I'm
making this thing positive.
Listen,
dude.
I hate to be this guy, but young homeless hit different, dude. It straight up does.
How
dude.
so?
It's just I'm not gonna get into this. This is disrespectful. But what I'm saying though is, watch out for your fellow man. It's hard out there. It was fucked up out there, man. I was just driving around for a while. I just be driving around. I'll just
just be driving around getting sad.
No,
you just go around. You drive around, be empathizing with everybody.
I wasn't necessarily sad. I was more so. I was just like, God damn, it is. You live in your little bubble. It ain't good out here in Echo Park, Silver Lake. A lot of shit going on out there. Whatever. I can't. Man, it is everywhere. Well, just
No, young homeless. The thing is, though, you got to look at them as just people making. You can't look at everything as net negative, okay? You got to look at it and you got to say, drugs are awesome for a time, So to look at these people and think about the future of destitution is a flaw.
Yeah. There's also rampant mental illness, though, dude. And you see that when you might think of some drug shit. Then you're like, oh, no, this is just this young guy could be mentally ill.
Yeah, actually.
We veered into a weird
I have a thought about this.
Okay.
That's kind of funny.
Okay, yeah, bring it. Let's do it, dude. Let's make fun of the.
Well, we're not. This is just an observation, dude. Okay, when I was coming back, I was in Chicago. All right, Chicago homeless people hit different, and here's how. All right,
you told me this.
Well, I told you this, and my friend, my buddy, who's from New York, she said, New York. She's like, New York homeless are different than California homeless, and I'm like, why? She's like, it's New York, you get bums. You get people like, hey, can I get $1? Can I get $1? Hey, you're at the train station over there. Or they try to help you out. They try to get $1. There's a lot of hustlers, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like kind of annoying hustlers. California homeless people are wild boys.
Yeah, I'm going to stab you. Nail file.
They're very, they seem very insular. They seem very like, hey, just let me have a mental breakdown here. Yeah. I'm going to stay out of your way.
Dude, even today, I was like walking down somewhere and I just saw a guy I was walking behind him and he's just screaming at people who were passing.
Oh, was he?
The face. And dude, it happens. It's so much now. I don't even remember most of them.
Yeah.
Nor do you probably. You don't.
It might be. I don't know.
I'm just walking down the street and now I'm at this point that like, I'm on Citizen so much. I get so many Citizen alerts, and it's just like, man with a knife, 0.3 miles away.
Yeah.
Guy stabbing guy over subway, 2 miles away. And you're like, what? At this point, I'm just like, I feel like I'm watching a show constantly, and I'm just like praying that I don't get called in. It's like I'm watching The Price is Right or something. Like,
yeah.
In that case, you would want to get called in. I don't want to get called in by the guy who's walking down Santa Monica just screaming at people in the face.
Yeah, but you get these, okay.
And they're not screaming about the people who are passing. They're just screaming about their own life. And it doesn't even, it's just they tell me. They can't tell me I'm coming in. I'm coming in there.
Yeah.
I'm coming in there. You gonna tell me that? And you're like, okay.
But the thing is, on Citizen app, when you get these reports of like man with baseball bat shoved up another man's asshole, they're very detailed, but those aren't. And I think I brought this up before, but those aren't like random encounters between strangers. That's some guy that believed
that's
another
one hobo
guy
fighting another
he was
hobo.
like, no, it's not, dude.
It is 90%.
It is not. This stuff happens in homes of people being like, I'm gonna shove this bat up your ass.
Well, yeah.
So you get all these alerts and you think these are happening on the streets. It's like, no, these are just civil disputes of people that deserve baseball bats up their assholes.
Yeah.
You know? And we're trying to be like, man, the streets are crazy. I'm like, nah, dude, motherfuckers with homes are crazy, man. They're shoving bats up. I swear to God, I got an alert of someone like sticking a butcher knife like through someone's. It's like they give you every detail, and I'm like, these are just civil. These are people in their own homes that hate each other, dude. That's what's happening.
It got to the point of
these aren't homeless people. These are just people that are cooked up with their loved ones and want to kill them.
Listen, I need to cut you off. It depends on where you're at, dude. See, you're out there and you're mid city, going down. You know what I mean? I'm up here. My shit is all property. My shit is all guy robbed outside of Cookies. Guy jumped for money on Melrose, guy with a knife. Like,
don't be such a bitch ass. Don't get robbed,
dude. You don't see me out here getting robbed of fucking.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
On Melrose. Like,
yeah,
I ain't deal with that shit,
dude. If you get mugged, you bitch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good call, dude. Like, I can't wait to see some guy pull a gun on you.
Probably gonna happen. I deserve it.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna fight him? You get mugged. This country, everybody's got a gun in this country, dude. It's not, you're not getting mugged. Isn't guys cornering you by the trash can on your way home from school? It's a guy pulls a machete on you.
Maybe I'm
on Fairfax because you were walking out of Supreme with 2 bags, and a guy pulls a Glock, meets you in an alley.
Maybe I'm strapped too,
dude. Are you
strapped? You don't know me.
Yeah, dude. I don't know you.
Yeah,
be strapped. I don't give a fuck. The guys who are strapped are the guys getting shot, but.
True. I'm not strapped, dude, but I sometimes when people.
You gotta say your piece to those kicks that you just picked up from Cool Kicks, or, you know.
Maybe I just look poor.
Flight school or whatever.
I just look poor and unrobbable.
I don't know. You don't look poor.
No, dude, you know what it is? If you got just
like a fancy shirt thing.
Yeah, dude.
So you're not, you know.
Well, here's the thing, man. If you all you gotta do, shoulder workouts, people think you're strong.
Yeah.
If you got broad shoulders, because if you got broad shoulders, I mean, I'm flexing on myself. I got broad shoulders. So when people see a dude with broad shoulders, they're like, let's wait for the next guy. Maybe he'll be scrawnier.
Yeah. Same way, I don't think fat people get robbed a whole lot. If they do, it's for a lot, But like, I don't know. I haven't really been fucked with. People don't really. I'm just a big dude.
You are.
Because at the very least, I can just fall on you.
How tall are you?
Kill you. I don't know, 5'11".
Yeah. That's like, no, people wouldn't fuck with you.
I'm a little pork chop, dude. Some guy's not gonna try and steal my iPhone.
They'll wait for the next one.
Wait for the next guy. Wait for some little beta bitch.
Yeah.
Some little guy with a tiny dog. I'm a big guy with a big dog.
Yeah.
All right. I got a whole situation up here. So if you want to come rob my iPhone and realize that the screen is cracked, go ahead.
See, I think it's important to think about your points, your intimidation points.
Yeah. I also
big guy
have
with
my
a big
dick
dog
out most of the time.
And you get wild boy points too. So
Yeah.
the dick out, he's like, this motherfucker got his dick out.
Yeah.
Wait for the next one.
Some guy, I'm like walking down, see some guy eyeballing me. I just start jacking off in front of him. I'm like, what do you want to do?
That's not a bad idea.
What do you want to fucking do?
It's, you know what I do? I don't jack off.
Yeah.
But if I do find myself in a situation where I feel a little unsafe when I'm walking, I will talk to myself and I'll make eye contact with people.
What do you say to yourself?
Anything.
What does that mean?
I just want you to know I'm a little loco.
Do you? Oh, see, nowadays I just be, this guy's on his AirPods. Easier target.
I ain't got no AirPods in, bud.
I guess so, but if you're a crazy hobo who doesn't know if the sky's blue, then
I'm not afraid of that. I'm afraid of. But if you find yourself like gonna get mugged, just like give a little hint of lunacy, and people will be like, that guy might. It's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is get the guy that's gonna rob you to say, let's wait for another one.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Just start screaming at
Just do a couple lateral raises. And
I'm not going to wear a mask, you
insane.
bitch.
Yeah.
That's right. You ain't going to tell me some media virus. I'm not putting no fucking mask on my face. Some hobo's like, yep, nope. They seem a little aggressive.
Yeah.
I'll keep walking. Yeah, I don't know. I've yet to be robbed by somebody.
You been robbed?
Wait. I mean, my place got robbed one time.
Oh, that doesn't count. I'm talking about someone personally coming up to you.
I almost got robbed delivering a pizza one time.
Really?
Yeah, I went to like a pretty sketchy apartment complex. Pretty sketchy neighborhood. And I had just got out of this building. It was called Hawaiian Terrace. It's off Coleraine Avenue. And I was coming out of this apartment building. And I didn't have much on me, but it was cash business, right? I probably had $300, something like that. And like 4 guys kind of like followed me to my car. I'm like, here we go, dude.
Okay.
And they're just kind of like, it was one of those things. It's like they don't say anything. I'm just like, I'm not saying anything. And I just kind of rush up and I like get in the car and I lock it. And then you just pull out your phone and you just dial 911 and you just be like,
did you do that?
Yeah. So I just hit that and I just kind of like showed it and then walk back inside, dude.
That's kind of badass, man.
What are you going to do?
Also, you fucked up though?
You ain't going to steal my $300 that I made for 2 fucking
that's a lot of money.
Meth addicts who were later become truck drivers and sell the business.
And also, that's not, as a pizza delivery man myself, that's not your money necessarily because you got $300.
Yeah, I would have given it to him. I just didn't want to be stabbed.
True. But I'm saying if someone's like, get that $300, that's money that people bought pizzas for. So that's not all tips, right?
Yeah.
But you also fucked up. You should be putting that money in your bank at the pizza shop.
Bitch, I had multiple deliveries in a row. I hadn't got a chance.
$300 worth of pizza selling?
Dude, I'd be out, man. You can't always cash out when you got that many dollars.
All right, you be out.
It was busy,
you be getting it. You be getting it.
The funny thing is that I went back to work and my boss, Terry, the guy who ran this pizza shop was basically an ex. He was a narc.
We know Terry. We've heard Terry.
Have you know Terry? Yeah. Well, he was just a drug addict in the 60s. I think he was involved maybe with some Aryan Brotherhood biker gangs. But anyway, he flipped, became a cop, he became a narc. This is a psychopath. He had a friend who was like a marshal, like a U.S. marshal.
Yeah.
Which is like, you even forget that they're still around. You thought they died with the Wild West. They're still out there.
Really?
Guys in an office. I don't really know what they do. But anyway, so I got back from this place. I'm like, hey, dude, they tried to rob me. I'm not going back to Hawaiian Terrace. And he's like, oh, yeah, fuck that. And then he said the N-word a couple times. And I was like, okay, this is weird. I'm just trying to let you know, not going back to Hawaiian Terrace. He's like, all right. And then he's like, well, I can get you a gun tomorrow if you want. I'll get you a permit for a gun tomorrow. And we can get you, because he sold guns, like, kind of under the table at this place.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm not sure. I'm like 19. And you're trying to get me strapped and so I can take pizza, like shit pizza to shitty neighborhood? Like, no, dude. I'm not carrying a fucking gun. I'm just not going to shitty parts of town.
Dude,
He's like, all right, well, I'll get you a gun. I'm like, okay, dude. Get your fake ass permit from your weird marshal. Well, the funny thing is his buddy, who was the marshal, like the U.S. marshal, he would come in. He would run the fryer on Fridays. He just like helping out the business.
That guy wasn't a U.S. marshal.
No,
he was.
No, he was, dude. Because later, when I worked for a news station, I had to go to the federal courthouse in Kentucky to go get some paperwork on this guy who was like remember when like there was like that couple months, maybe it was like 2016 or something, where they were just like arresting suspected ISIS terrorists like every month, like in America.
Okay.
You'd be like watching the news, like some crusty looking white kid who plays World of Warcraft looking guys like living in southern Utah, and he was secretly working with he was gonna do a terrorist attack for ISIS.
Every incel is now a terrorist.
Yeah, basically.
But actually, yeah, incels became a terrorist.
Richard Jewell Part 2. This is when they started doing it for the new generation.
Right.
So this was one of those things. So I had to go to the federal courthouse to get some paperwork on this guy in Kentucky who I guess was an ISIS terrorist. And who the fuck is working the front gate of this courthouse? Motherfucking Marshall.
Isn't that
pizza
weird?
Shop. Like 8 years later, it was weird. And it was one of those things like, I didn't remember his name. He didn't probably remember mine.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw him, we kind of like made the connection. And I was like, oh shit, dude.
You should have told him, like, dude, I always thought that was bullshit. I thought you were just some weirdo that pretended to be.
I didn't. I believed him. He seemed legit.
All right.
He was out there busting. I guess they just mostly deal with like high level drug trafficking shit.
What if he just showed up that day just to make sure you didn't find him out? He's like, just let me pretend I'm a U.S. Marshal.
Just following me.
There's this guy coming and I don't want him to realize I'm a fraud.
Yeah, he did. And by the way, this guy's like 70. Like, But no, anyway, I asked to go in and get some documents, and he said no. He wouldn't let me through. I'm like, okay.
Wow. Actually,
roads you travel.
I thought about. I have a pizza. I have like a thought on life. We're doing all right. You know what? I think back on my time working for Papa John's Pizza, doing delivery, and I realized why it gives me comfort. And here's why. I realized I was living with my parents, and I was delivering pizzas, and I enjoyed the job so much. And I still think about it now, and I realize the reason I remember it so well is because it gave me comfort knowing that I could be happy with so little.
Yeah.
Isn't that gay?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I get it. It is. But it's like, it'd be that thing you get done with a night of deliveries. It's like $150 cash. You can't pay like for anything now. Mm-hmm. That's like your car insurance here in LA. You know what I mean? But when you're... Yeah, it's still not much, but you're like, dude, you walk out and you're like, here's $150 extra cash that I did not have before I walked into this shift. Yeah, you're on top of the world. You ain't gonna fuck with that guy.
Dude, you got $150 cash, a free pizza, and you're going to hang out with your buddies and like drink a...
You have no problems, you have no rent.
Yep. Drink a $2 bottle of wine and watch something from Family Video. Dude, I could be happy.
Oh, dude, for sure. It's a dangerous road though. Because some guys try to chase that happiness for too long. Then they be delivering pizzas for too long. And we all know that guy who should have exited the game a long time ago. But lived in that life. Steve, this is my friend Steve we're talking about. And that's fine. He still lived that life, but he had 5 kids from 3 women. So,
well, that was his mistake. I think he could have achieved happiness, but he shot the moon with the children.
Every tax season, he's like, waiting for that tax return.
That's a rough existence, man.
Yeah, well, no, he was always waiting for it because he had like 5 kids. He was getting so much. This guy he got more money from the federal government than like Donald Trump in that year. Like, for sure, just claiming 5 kids that he didn't even give a shit about. But like, I shouldn't say that. He liked them. But he would always take his money and he would buy like PlayStation games. And eventually that's when...
Yeah.
His wife Angel bounced.
Yeah, you can't have 5 kids and buy anything for yourself.
He used his tax return to buy a PlayStation 3. And I remember even being like 19, like...
You're a bad dad.
I was like, listen. It's weird when I'm still a child and I'm like this. My dad seems a lot better now, dude.
That's always weird. Those jobs you had in high school when you were like 17 and you were like the reasonable, responsible one.
Yeah, dude. I remember one time I worked in this like laser tag place, and they expanded and they opened what's it called? Oh fuck! It was like the worst pizza. It was kind of a chain. Damn it.
What, it's a laser tag place?
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese?
It was this pizza chain that no one's ever heard of because it sucked. Noble Romans.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude.
I know Noble Romans.
So basically,
That's gas station pizza.
Well, it was laser tag pizza in this place.
Okay.
And I somehow became like the manager of the kitchen. So I
walked in one day and put on an apron and...
I don't know. I don't really remember. I think they were expanding. They moved to a new location, and I was like, I'm not watching people play laser tag for a fourth year in a row. I was like, I'll manage this kitchen. I don't give a fuck. I was like getting out of high school, going to college. I don't give a fuck.
You leveled up.
I leveled up.
Middle management.
This is not important because anyway. So I'm like, I got handed this Noble Romans thing to like kind of work on, and fucking, they sent this guy. Alex, my buddy, who was here with me. Yeah. We were both working in this kitchen, and like they sent this guy from Noble Romans corporate to like teach everyone how to do it like their way.
Yeah.
You know? Dude, this guy was like 39, something like. There was a point in this. It was like he was giving a big training demonstration to all like just like 15, 16-year-olds. Like,
right.
They just don't give a fuck. Use exactly 1 scoop of sauce.
Yeah.
Use exactly what like measuring cups of cheese. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So anyway, so it gets done, and then he like finds me and Alex because we're like I guess he thought we were like
you were leadership.
No, totally different. He was like, oh, these guys seem cool. So then we're like talking to this guy, and he's like smoking a cigarette outside, and we're like, and I wanted to smoke too, but the boss was there, so I couldn't like be smoking cigarettes.
Sure,
but I would have been. And then so he's talking. He's like, yeah, man, this is an exact quote from this conversation. Let's just call him Glenn for the sake of the story. Glenn's telling us, he's like, yeah, I'm on the road a lot doing this kind of stuff. You know, it gets lonely sometimes, but hey, you get to see the country, you know, driving around.
Yeah.
This dude's going to Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, Kentucky, and that's it.
Hey, it's kind of exciting. I'll give it to him.
But here's the thing. He's like, yeah, I've got to rest. Yeah, you know, it's hard to have a relationship, you know, sometimes.
Oh, he's opening up.
Yeah, then he starts opening up, and I'm just sitting there like, dude, I'm like 17. This guy's 39.
Yeah.
And he's talking to me about his like romantic life in a break between learning how to make subs and learning how to make pizza.
Oh, is he? Oh, go on.
So anyway, he's like, yeah, you know, so sometimes, you know, I'll just post like a song lyric on Facebook and try to like tell people how I'm feeling and how I'm like, you know, see if they get likes. And so this guy's describing then, posting probably Hinder lyrics.
Oh, Lips of an Angel. It's the same as the chorus of Lips of an Angel every night.
Over and over and over. If this guy had an Instagram now, it would just be Hinder Lips of an Angel chorus on every single one of his stories. I'm going to start doing that. Dude, that'd be
I just
thought
great.
of the funniest thing. No matter what my Instagram story is from here on.
The back room sometimes.
I'm putting Hinder Lips of an Angel in every single Instagram story I ever post from here on out.
I do support that entirely.
Watch out, Zach T Powers on Instagram. It's about to be a whole
Are you
new
singing
Instagram page.
Because you can sing.
No. I'm gonna find like on the music where you can search it on Instagram stories and put like a song.
Oh, so just anything regardless of context is just my girl's in.
Yes, dude. Lips of an Angel by Hinder will be in all of it. That card's full. So we are approaching the end. But
this
listen,
motherfucker.
No, you can't do anything. It's full.
Oh yeah,
it's full. So we got to ride this out on the main camera, dude. You think Hinder's still a band after COVID, or you think?
You know what?
Those guys have to get jobs because they couldn't tour. Yes or no?
Okay, actually, I
yes or no?
I have information that leads me to know yes. These guys played the Kosciuszko County Fair, where I'm from, in like 2010. Right?
That was peak Hinder.
No, excuse me. Maybe like... No, it wasn't, dude.
Because they would be playing the
It would have been like 2013.
Lips of an Angel was on the radio all the time.
I guess here's my point. let's say that was like 2009, 2008, when Lips of an Angel was on the radio. They came in like 2011, and it was like they're playing the Kosciuszko County Fair. That's what I'm saying. Just their fall from grace, dude.
So when did they peak then? They must have peaked.
See, when Lips of the Angel came out.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up right now.
But they played the fair, and people showed up. A lot of people showed up to it because they were like, it was... My point is, Kosciuszko County Fair is a dog shit venue. It's a bad show.
Look at the picture. Look at their picture.
I hate it. Dude, if you look at any band from the 90s now and like what they look like on their Spotify, they look like that, dude. You can get us flagged.
This ain't gonna get flagged. The algorithm can't pick up on this. Yeah, dude. No, just keep talking. Tell the story.
I actually do have...
I'm gonna pot this low in the mix, so it's like a backdrop to you telling like a story. So make the story appropriate.
Yeah. So the first girl I ever had feelings for, I asked her out to go on she had decent sized titties. I never saw them. Because I was so Christian, I didn't have the courage to touch her titties, and she was Christian too, so I didn't want to go for it because I feel like it would have been weird, and I didn't want to hurt her feelings. But she had the lips of an angel.
Yeah, and the titties of
I don't know what
demon. We'll stop that there. We'll stop that there.
You were making me like recall the moment, and then I'm thinking about this girl's titties, and I'm like, now I feel bad. She's married now.
Yeah, dude. No, that's the last thing we need to do is hinder a lawsuit on a plate.
Oh yeah, Sony Music Group.
For them to eat up during COVID, they need that.
They wouldn't see a dime. And just
You know what I saw today? Bob Dylan sold his entire catalog to Universal Publishing Group today. How much?
Get your bag.
How much?
It was like 100 mil.
300 million.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. Joe Rogan got 100 million. You mean to tell me that Joe Rogan is 1/3 as important as Bob Dylan?
Yes.
That's sad, dude. That's
Why?
fucked up.
In what way?
I don't know. I mean, I guess who am I to judge?
Bob Dylan's a legend, man. Get your bag, Bob Dylan.
I just saw him like
get that generational wealth for your family.
Stevie Nicks got 100 million for her. Going back to our weekly Fleetwood Mac reference, Stevie Nicks got 100 million for selling her stake in
Fleetwood Mac rights.
Yeah, which is about 80% of them.
Get your bag, dude.
But what I'm saying is 100 million. Stevie Nicks got the same. Someone decided that in this economy of this world, people decided that the entire Fleetwood Mac catalog and the Joe Rogan Experience are the same market value.
Yeah, but you got
just interesting.
You gotta. That's yes. I think that's a deal. I think that's good because you gotta think, dude. Fleetwood Mac, it's done. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Futures of Joe Rogan ad revenue, buddy. That's paper, dude.
Yeah, but you're also forgetting how many times we're going to be using a Fleetwood Mac or a Bob Dylan song in a movie.
That's a very good point.
Anytime they use that future.
What if
people are like Taylor Swift's making a big hubbub now about like, oh, Scooter Braun can't like buy and sell my songs. Hey, bitch, why'd you sell them?
Oh, dude, I don't want to get it.
Sell your shit.
I hate it when people are I should be more rich. It's like, no, dude, you didn't have the leverage. You were just a nobody.
You took a big deal because you wanted to be famous, and that's cool. But you didn't play it safe. Okay. You didn't play it safe. You could have tried to like slowly build up a fan base regularly and own everything on your way. Like, nope.
And buddy, if it wasn't Taylor Swift, it would have been a different Taylor Swift.
Anybody. They would have found it.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. They're like, hey, you're good. We know how to market this.
We know how to... You have the star potential, but so does she. But for one reason or another, we're going to go with you, Taylor Swift. And then don't be salty that you ain't... Don't be salty that someone made money off of you. That's so petty.
Same with like Kanye, and then he comes in, he's like, I'm gonna get her music back. I'm like, bitch, you did the same thing. Like, you sold out. It's quite literally what it is.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Dave Chappelle.
Same. He kind of
sour grapes, dude.
Hey, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
I got no sympathy, dude. You come out and you start bitching. You're not funny. And he's like, I'm like, dude, you're complaining about being super rich.
I did. I also kind of felt that way. And people were like, oh, he's a genius. I'm like, yes, it is. Listen, it's the exact same thing. But his argument wasn't really. He was more so just telling fans, hey, don't watch it. Don't watch it.
Well, fuck you, Dave. You made a funny show. You made money off of it. They made more money because they had the platform for you to get you to be exposed, and you became a millionaire. You became a wild success, but they gave you that leverage to become a star. Dave, shut the fuck up and spend your money.
Though. Here's the difference, though. Here's the critical difference. He wasn't complaining about Comedy Central for still playing Chappelle's show and not paying him. He was complaining that they sold the rights to the show to Netflix to stream, and he didn't get any pay from it.
It's not in the goddamn contract, baby. That's business.
I agree. Dude, I don't know.
I hate it when people are like, man, I didn't make, like, what was the contract? Well, the contract didn't give me any points on the back end. Yeah. It's like, well, then it didn't give you any points. I'm sorry business exists and there are people that want money.
Listen, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong, but people are like, man, I signed a bad contract. Now I'm salty. I'm like, buddy, you're a millionaire, and I don't want to hear Dave Chappelle sit on a stool and fucking bitch for 16 minutes, dude. Dave, you used to be funny. You used to make me laugh. Now you're sitting on a stool bitching about how you don't have $300 million more dollars. Suck my dick, Dave Chappelle.
You're screaming in my apartment building.
Okay, I'm done.
You're screaming in my apartment building, but that's okay.
I'm bringing up the energy, dude.
Here's the deal. The argument, the devil's advocate would be that unlike selling albums in a traditional music scape, digital streaming came into the picture after these deals were signed. And now the future inherent worth of the same said work is multiplied by like 100x. There's some deep legal fuckery going on here. But someone smarter than me could use that and basically explain is like why Tay-Tay and Kanye West and Dave Chappelle have a little bit of clout in saying that they need to be compensated a little bit fairly for the futures of that product. I'm not saying it's right. I ain't saying it's wrong.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying hearing millionaires complain is kind of not a millionaire complain, have a show.
Yeah.
And dude, there was like no jokes in that thing, and he's just like, there's no jokes, and it's like 16 minutes. I'm like, Dave, you're funny. You could have made this. You could have made me laugh. You could have made this funny. You could have roasted him.
But dude, they pulled Chappelle's show off Netflix, which then shows you how much future value that Viacom sees in Dave Chappelle and keeping him on their good side, which is also an interesting economic point.
Yeah, but his whole thing was like, he's like, yeah, because Netflix likes me. I'm like, nah, dude, they just want to make more money off of you in the future and waiting for a time where you like to do something that you will consider them fucking you over in 15 years.
Chappelle's show going on Netflix so many people would have streamed that. It would have blown up.
I did. It's a funny show. Now I can't watch it. Great. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Dave. Yeah. I'm sorry you're not more rich and I can't watch your really funny show. I hope that's the right thing to happen is me. No, it's I'm going to take my ball and go home.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. That's
they didn't have to do anything. He asked them. He didn't take them to court. He didn't threaten to file lawsuits like Kanye West or like Taylor Swift. He just said, hey, I would appreciate you taking it down. And they did it. So can't fault the motherfucker for saying like, listen, if you made that show, YouTube would be like, okay, I want some money out of this. You'd be like, I'm frustrated that I gave away the rights to this. Maybe he didn't have it to begin with. Maybe Comedy Central. I don't know. People seem to be fascinated by like what Comedy Central did with Chappelle's show. I don't know if they owned it outright or what, but
yeah, I don't know. But that's for his manager, Comedy Central lawyers. So people, it's like,
hook us up.
I just think it's weird. I think it's funny when people are like, they sign deals. There's like very long legal documents stating how much you're owed and how much you're compensated. People sign them saying, yes, I've read this entire thing and I believe it's correct.
Later come back and be like, well, no, it's worth more now.
I'm like, well, it's like, dude, I have no sympathy for you, man. And then you could say like, well, dude, they could have given like, Dave, you got a show. They could have given Godfrey a show. You know, Godfrey was hot. I think Godfrey's funnier than Dave Chappelle. I love Godfrey. I know I'm weird like that.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, dude, he would have probably loved that opportunity. And he probably looks at, I don't know how he feels about it, but I'm like, he could have got the opportunity. He could have got fucked over, but he could be a millionaire now. He could be, you know, he could have Netflix deals.
I don't know. It's tough to say, dude.
I don't know.
Happens everywhere, dude. Christopher Nolan I think it was him, took some deal when Batman came out that he didn't get nearly as much up front, that he basically bet on the futures of that movie.
Yeah. Believe in yourself, dude. Yeah.
And he got a big payday.
That's what I'm saying.
Someone was watching his movie and went in and shot a bunch of people, and that also affected his stock. So I don't, you know.
Yeah, you can't foresee that. If you sign a contract, read it. And if you sign it, please don't bitch about it. Because you read it, you should understand before you sign something. And I got no sympathy.
Luckily, I don't have to worry about this, dude. I'm so glad that
you're signing contracts.
I sold off all my shows. Season 3 and 4 Grey's Anatomy, which I wrote. We both wrote.
That's for you.
Well, we also worked on Grey's Anatomy.
We did, but we didn't take any points on the back end.
Shonda Rhimes hired us to do season 7 and 8 of Grey's Anatomy, which got great ratings, but people didn't like it.
Yeah.
That show has like 20 seasons now. They're at the point of the new season, like one of them has COVID.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think like a gunman came into the hospital in one of the episodes and like threatened to shoot everybody. Just like really.
It's my old workplace, dude.
Really just jumping every shark.
Did I show you the picture of me?
You're going to show me it eventually of you on Grey's Anatomy.
I will.
Joey was on Grey's Anatomy.
I was.
He fucked Sandra Oh. He was the love interest one episode.
Actually.
No speaking lines though.
Of course not, dude.
She's literally successful. A fuck toy for Sandra Oh and whatever her storyline was.
Patrick Dempsey, dude. He blew me.